Hello, I'm Fred Schneider, and you're tuned into the Weekly Report, a look at news and insight related to programs and services provided by departments of the City of Kansas City, Missouri. Elected officials of the present and past joined with city staff and area residents to celebrate the 75th birthday of the City Hall building. The celebration included a ribbon cutting, refreshments, entertainment, and remarks from city officials.
This city was born out of pride and innovation. It's a tribute to the citizens that paid for its construction and continue to pay for its operation. It shows the character and craftsmanship of thousands who found work during hard times to build it. It embodies a quiet confidence and a stateliness that has never been forsaken. It has stood through good times and bad, and it remains standing, continuing to pay dividends to this city and to the wise investment in 1931 that led to its building.
I remember the first time I was a city employee back in the late 1990s, I walked in the south entrance and I was staggered by the rotunda. And I said, having worked in a small town, this was my first experience of what big, majestic municipal edifices can look like, and it sets the standard for what this city hopes to achieve.
City crews have begun to work to extend the Shoal Creek Trail to Berry Road. This phase of construction starts near the intersection of Maple Woods Parkway and North Agnes Avenue and follows Shoal Creek to the intersection of Berry Road and North Highland Avenue. This project will also include a new bridge and a connection to Maple Woods Community College. Residents who decide to explore the area near the trail construction are asked to avoid construction equipment and any recently placed concrete, allowing it time to dry. Now let's check in with some of our city's departments for information and insight.
Hi, I'm Janet O'Hagan with Kansas City Convention and Entertainment Facilities, inviting you to celebrate the holidays and winter season with us. For example, bring your family and friends to a Mannheim Steamroller Christmas at the city's Music Hall on December 27th and 28th. Mannheim Steamroller's unique holiday sound has entertained audiences for 27 years, and last year, their holiday tour was among the top 20 such tours in the nation. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit MannheimSteamroller.com or purchase tickets in person at the Municipal Auditorium box office. It's not too late to make plans for New Year's Eve. Greet the new year in the Grand Ballroom at the city's Convention Center. Enjoy a fabulous buffet dinner, party favors, casino tables, photo booths, a character artist, live entertainment, and a balloon drop at midnight. For more information or tickets, call 816-513-5015. Interested in outdoor adventures? Don't miss the Kansas City Boat and Sports Show at the city's Bartle Hall from January 10th through the 13th. Bartle Hall will be transformed in a one-stop shop for everything you might need for your boating, fishing, hunting, and camping activities and more. Visit KansasCitySportsShow.com for more information. And if you haven't gotten enough of the great outdoors, the Kansas City Mid-America RV Show returns to Bartle Hall from January 17th through the 20th. This is the largest consumer show in the Midwest dedicated to the RVing lifestyle, featuring more than 200 booths, plus all the best priced products, accessories, and RV-related services available on the market. To learn more about the events taking place at the Kansas City Convention and Entertainment Facilities, visit kcconvention.com and click on the events calendar or call 816-513-5000.
This week, KCPD and area officers learned the basics on recognizing various types of insurance fraud, such as staged accidents, bodily harm, and property damage. We spoke with Special Agent Walter Waggoner of the National Insurance Crime Bureau regarding insurance fraud.
Insurance fraud is not a victimless crime. There's over $30 billion in property and casualty fraud every year. That represents everyone that takes out an insurance policy, be it on house, vehicles, or whatever. It could be rental property, it could be commercial property, it could be farm property. So it affects everyone. Law enforcement is involved because law enforcement is the first one that responds to an accident scene. They can determine if it's an actual accident, if there's injury. Who they put in the report as being passengers in the vehicle is very important, whether they claim injury or not. And as far as a burglary scene, they go to a burglary scene and it doesn't appear to be an actual burglary. It might be a staged burglary. They're the first person that sees that, and they can stop possible insurance fraud right there. We're going to teach them all the different types of insurance fraud, and that's from staged accidents to vehicle theft to burglaries to destructions of property, all the types that are property and casualty. Well, one individual might have 72 claims, slip and falls and staged accidents and maybe false burglary claims. Or it can be a big group such as doctors and lawyers and chiropractors all the way down the line. So it can be highly organized or it can be just an individual taking advantage of the system. This is one case started with one small claim with one insurance company. The claimant actually called the insurance company, wouldn't know why she wasn't paid. And they said, because you're still going to a chiropractor. And she basically said, no, I'm not. Well, the gist of it was that he had billed for 32 visits and she only been to him 4 times. That was turned over to us. We went and re-interviewed her, and she told us about a friend, which led to another friend, which led to 15 interviews, all of them only going to the chiropractor 3 or 4 times and being billed 32 to 190 times. And that led to a case that led to $14 million being paid out by various, or being billed to various insurance companies with over $2 million worth of payout. It definitely helps. I taught at the O'Fallon Police Department, and a week later I had one of the officers call me on a burglary he thought was suspicious. This is just an example. It was a $20,000 burglary, and the person said they didn't have insurance. He thought it was suspicious, but when they said they didn't have insurance, he didn't know what would be the motive. He contacted us, and sure enough, the guy did have an insurance claim for $20,000. So he had lied to the police officer, and so that led to us being able to get a confession from him eventually.
It is estimated insurance fraud costs Americans more than $85 billion a year. That comes out to be a little over $1,000 per household, and that cost is passed on insurance rates. I'm Officer Shelly Gaddis. Have a safe week.
Individuals interested in following the progress of city snowplows during winter storms can do so by going online at kcmo.org/snow and selecting the map tool. Before accessing the city's snowplow map, you will be asked to review a disclaimer and usage agreement. Once you click OK, you're given access to the map. Prior to each snow event, information will be cleared and city streets will be displayed in white. You'll notice that the state highways in the interstate highway system are displayed in color. These roads are not plowed by the city. Consequently, they won't be updated on the map when they're plowed. At the bottom of the map, there's a legend that you will find very useful when using the map. On the far right, you'll see that dotted lines indicate which streets are plowed by entities other than the city. This could be a state or county agency, a neighboring city, or possibly even a private street that's maintained by a private entity, such as an apartment complex. This is far more common than many people expect. Let's take a look at an example. The dotted streets in this area of the map are part of an apartment complex and an adjacent shopping center. And this becomes much easier to understand when you select the aerial view tool, which is in the upper right-hand corner of the map. Let me click on that. Suddenly the information fills in, and you can see from the photograph that this is a shopping center and there is an apartment complex just to the north of it. These private streets in this area are not maintained by the city. In addition to apartments and shopping centers, you can find private streets in a variety of commercial settings and even some neighborhoods. During a snow event, when a plow blade is down, the GPS unit in the truck will send an electronic ping or signal every few moments. This indicates where the truck is, and the mapping software connects these pings to create the lines that you'll see on the map. As you can see on this screen here, the ping signals have been converted to an orange line that identifies plowing activity on these streets. As shown by the legend at the bottom of the screen, an orange line represents what has been plowed during the past 8 hours. When the plow blade is raised, the pings stop, and this makes it possible to know where plowing activity has occurred. Similar to how the orange lines represent the past 8 hours of plow activity, a blue line on a street shows where a plow has been active between 8 and 16 hours ago. A red line indicates plowing activity that occurred during the storm that occurred more than 16 hours ago. You can navigate the map in several different ways. To check a specific address, you can go to the top of the map and enter an address into the field. So let's say we're going to go to 414 East 10th Street. And the software starts to fill in some of the field automatically. I click on that, and it's going to take me to Ilis Davis Park, which happens to be at that address. And if we wait for the screen to populate, the data comes in, and we can see that around the park there's been some plowing activity. The address field does require a specific legal address, and it will not accept intersections and approximate addresses. So if you were to check your neighborhood, just enter your home address, and then you can pull up your neighborhood and move the map around your neighborhood to see what has occurred. To navigate the map and move around, there's a tool in the upper left-hand corner that allows you to zoom in and out. You can click on the little symbol, and you can pull away, and you'll see that the map will pull back, and it will have to refresh. You can click with the little hand symbol, hold that down with a click on your mouse, and drag left or right, and you can pan around. Your mouse also can be helpful if you have a mouse that has a little scroll wheel on it. That will let you zoom in or out. So we'll do that here. We'll move in, and we'll move back out. While the mapping software makes it easy to tell where a snowplow has been, the street conditions after the plow has been through an area will vary due to a number of factors related to such things as temperatures and traffic volume. In extremely cold weather, in residential areas where salting and traffic are considerably less than you might find on a major street, the snowplow may not be able to remove all of the snow down to the pavement, and a small amount of snowpack may remain. However, in March, when the pavement temperatures are higher, the plow can easily expose clean pavement that quickly clears in the spring sun. Unfortunately, there can be a considerable difference, though the effort has been the same or sometimes even greater. To learn more about the city's snow and ice removal operations, visit kcmo.org/snow.